This privileged access management needs to be comprehensive. So it needs to be across the hybrid enterprise, not tied to a traditional data center, but also to the SaaS applications, to public cloud, to internal cloud. And it needs to introduce and control and audit all privileged access, no matter where it is, using the unified policy management, so that you are operationally efficient, cost-effective, while on the other hand, increasing the security to the needed levels. How it looks like in practice. So basically, you want to put a gateway and server access controls, which would enable you to first vault and manage credentials like username, password, keys, SSH keys, and everything in a credential safe. So they are in a safe location, being managed from the central location, and not being revealed to users. Then you have to positively authenticate users. Once they need access to something in your property, you need to be able to authenticate them using some multi-factor authentication, or even a username and password if you don't have anything else. After being positively authenticated, you need to restrict access to authorized systems based on some centralized policies that you define based on the job description, based on the needs of the particular user. So limit the access only to the systems which users needs to see or needs to use, nothing else. Next thing is that you federate identity and attributes to the endpoints, basically creating a single sign-on environment for privileged access. So giving users possibility to log in to remote systems without ever knowing the username and password. When they don't know username and password or credentials or other type of credentials, they are not able to steal them, they are not able to give them to someone else, they are not able to misuse them because they don't know them. Of course, in the process, you need to monitor and enforce policies. You need to know if users try to do something which is not in your best interest, and someone needs to be notified. And in the process, you can also enforce it. So you can monitor it and enforce it. And once they gain access, you want to record what they are doing. You want to record sessions, you want to limit you want to know what they've been doing. You also want to gather some metadata about when they what they typed in, what access they gained, so you don't have to search 8 hours of video and watch 8 hours of video to just reconstruct what happened. And finally, you want to attribute identity for shared accounts. So you want to make sure that if someone finally uses a shared account, because sometimes it's really needed, you can trace it back to the original user. So the root or admin or DBA admin is not root. It is Marian, it is John, or it is David. And then you need to know that David executed something under the root account. So you need to attribute identities for shared accounts, and you need to trace it back to the original user. Using integrated controls and unified policy management so you can be operationally effective and cost sensitive. But gateway access controls are just one line of defense. You need to go further to have a so-called defense in depth. To prevent the breaches, you have to lock down ports and services on your servers. You have to do application jailing, so you prevent applications for execution if they are not trusted. You have to monitor the files, directory, and processes which are critical to your infrastructure. Protect the privileged accounts once someone gains access to the console. Protect Windows registry and services. Inbound and outbound network controls are important part. You need to do it centrally. So if you want to be effective while not spending too much time on creating policies, you need to have a way how to manage it centrally. And finally, you need to have some way how to report who has access to what and when that access was exercised. This will help you to prevent the breaches, defend against privilege escalations even further, and protect sensitive resources, prevent compromise of new systems and data exfiltration from those systems, and finally prevent oversight or the things that you think you know but you just didn't think about. You can do this by using identity governance, privileged access management in a gateway mode based on identity-based, on identities, and privileged access management on a server-based, on a server controls. Because that way you have a complete process how the access is being requested, how it is being granted, how you can analyze who has what access, while introducing strong protection like strong authentication, credential management, policy-based least privilege access controls, command filtering, session recording, auditing and attribution, password management for applications, so you can prevent rogue system access or malware access by using, well-known passwords which are in some text file scripts and something like this. You can do it wherever it is, even in your cloud, and you can put it as a parameter, as a gateway. Going further, you can introduce server controls which will give you in-depth protection for critical servers, limiting access even to super users. So you can do segregation of duties for super users like root or admin without worrying what damage they can do on the rest of the system. You can highly control access to system resources like files, folders, processes, registries, services. You can do secured task delegation like sudo in a secure manner while using the original sudo as a honeypot to detect some misbehavior and enforce trusted computing base. By implementing such process, you gain comprehensive privileged access management and defense in depth, which is very hard to break. It lowers the risk of misuse on privileged access management, on privileged access, while giving you peace of mind and lowers the risk that something will go wrong. So to summarize, privileged access management will give you a peace of mind. It will lower the risk of privileged misuse. So it will protect you against both internal and external threats, while providing a comprehensive solution both on the identity side and on the host-based protection. It will enable you to be easily more compliant for privileged identities. No matter what regulations you need to be compliant to. And it will reduce costs and improve efficiency through automation of security controls. Because you will gain access to centralized policy management, you can be much more efficient while improving the security exposure overall. What you need to look out for in such solution is, does it cover everything you need it for? Physical, virtual, cloud environments. How does it rate on the market by some leading industry analysts? Is it scalable enough and easily scalable that you can, in case of need, just scale it vertically or horizontally without any problems? Does it provide you defense in depth? Is it only gateway, or can it be scaled further on to provide additional layers of security? Does it support strong authentication, including PIV-CAC? Does it do comprehensive credential management? Is it easy to install and fast to implement? Does it need extensive maintenance? What is the TCO of such solution comparing to the gains that you get? And does it have both identity-based and host-based protection to gain the best possible protection you have?